Let me explain a little bit about what I'm doing. This is a warrior who is telling a story about a battle he had with a huge grizzly bear that attacked him and his family, and he declared war on that animal. Now, Native Americans or Indians didn't actually kill purposely predatory animals like mountain lions and grizzly bear. I explained this before. They would declare war on an animal that declared war on them. In other words, would attack one of them or themselves or their tribe. Anyway, he's telling the story. He's shown the story in the petrographs on his, or the drawings on his, paintings on his buffalo blanket, which you can't see because, you know, it's hard to see that. He's wearing a hair shirt, which indicates he's a war leader. So he's got quite a bit of authority. It was called a scalp shirt by white men, but it wasn't scalps, it was hair. And it was locks of hair that were taken from each member of the tribe that he had authority or had responsibility for. And this reminded him of his responsibility. Crazy Horse was a hair shirt. All we're going to do is do honor this buffalo spear. And that's what this is here. Gloria D up in Virginia City recreates authentic Indian weapons and clothing and stuff like that. And she sent me a photograph of one of those type of spears, and it would have had two patches of buffalo hide encircling the shaft in these two different areas. There'd be blue trade cloth along the shaft attached with brass tacks, rawhide handhold, rawhide or sinew tying on the spear point. There'd be 7 feathers. The spear honors the buffalo, which gave the family and him and his tribe their food and clothing and every implement you can imagine. Buffalo was never wasted. It was totally used. And so that's what I'll be doing today, is working on the spear and his hand. What I've done is I've made a spear out of a wooden dowel, and I've taken another wooden dowel and made a spear point and actually sunk it into the wooden dowel just like a spear point would have been sunk into a real spear. And now what I'm going to do is wrap that with a piece of wax to make it look like rawhide being wrapped around it. And what I'll do is I'll paint all this with that paint that I was painting the claw with yesterday, just to make it look like clay so that it's not confusing to people who look at the clay before I actually cast it. And it also works out better visually. There, we got that wrapped. Okay, this is where the spear is at the moment. What I've been trying to do is recreate the loops that the feathers are tied on. They're beaded loops or strings, and the feathers are tied onto it. Now I've got to be able to figure out how to attach the loops onto the staff. And what I do is I drilled holes in here and I put baling wire through the holes, and then I crimped these wires onto the thing. These will be the armatures for the feathers, which I'll do tomorrow. I got 3 up front and 4 in the back. I had to make both loops the same size and the same distance between there and there. What took time was trying to figure out how the heck I was going to do that, and not, you know, wrap wire all over the place and all that stuff, and just trying to figure out how I was going to make the armature for it. Every time you make an armature for something you've never done before, it always takes a lot of time. the next time I do something like this, if I ever do something like this, it'll be a lot easier. But anyway, that's what I've spent today on, just getting the spear ready, going to the hardware store, trying to find a wooden dowel that would match the thickness that I need, and then working on that and working on the head of the spear, which I made out of another wooden dowel and sunk in there and wrapped with wax. I've got the rawhide handhold sculpted in, and so tomorrow I will finish off this spear, and then I'll start working on the hand, and that should just about finish this piece up. So I will continue this tomorrow.